What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police for a up reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understand Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. That man white, he filming me. I don't know what you mean, man. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
We got a crazy story regarding hip-hop artist Lil Wayne.
Chris Brown first came onto the music scene in 2005 when he was just 16 years old. As many boasted, he was the new Michael Jackson. But just 4 years later, his legal troubles began when LAPD responded to a 911 call. The caller said a woman was assaulted on a Hollywood street just after midnight on February 8th. When police arrived, that's where they found the woman with a battered face. That woman was Brown's then-girlfriend, 20-year-old Rihanna.
Singer Chris Brown, electronic DJ Marshmello, members of rock group Alice in Chains, and more. Let's explain. I'm not gonna lie, this story is remarkable. Now, before we get into it, I have a new show that I'm launching. It's going to be an interview-based show where I'm talking to athletes, current and former, musicians, producers, authors, journalists, scientists, doctors in sports, etc. So please do check out the new Rick Strom show. Now, an investigation by Business Insider revealed how some of the wealthiest folks in music used our taxpayer dollars to fund their lifestyles. Shout out to the journalists here, Catherine Long and Jack Newsom, for their work. Starting with Wheezy, Insider found the hip-hop icon would receive $8.9 million in grant money from a pandemic relief fund. Insider said Lil Wayne used the money on clothes, luxurious hotels, private jet flights, travel to and from nightclubs, and the raunchiest piece of info that they uncovered, he spent 15 grand on women, like a Hooters employee and a porn star. Cool. He opted out of a performance in Coachella, California on New Year's Eve 2021 because of wind gusts, though, as Insider found, there were many other private jet flights that took that same exact route that Wayne did not, even with these alleged gusts. And instead, what did Wayne do? He went clubbing with 2 Chainz, because who wouldn't? For the non-performance, he billed taxpayers 88 grand. This is all because, let's go to the core issue here. Yes, COVID happened. Yes, the world shut down. But in 2020, under the Trump administration, they signed into law a program called Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. It gave out $14.5 billion. I'm going to repeat that number really quickly. Gave out $14.5 billion to the arts, including many concert halls, musicians, labels, operas. But they framed it as it being like the smaller guys. We're going to help y'all out and we're going to do this together and everything's going to be great. But the problem was there was very little oversight and a lot of loopholes. To give an idea of the payouts, with no obligation to pay it back. Big names like Korn, Post Malone, Chris Brown, Steve Aoki, Vampire Weekend, Slipknot, The Smashing Pumpkins, and more. Oh, did they cash in? It was billed, once again, as, hey, we're going to help the little guy. And who else championed it than Chuck Schumer? Yeah, New York Senator Chuck Schumer. He put out this tweet that you're seeing right here. And you know what would happen? Because this shows the dirtiness of politics. Okay. They allowed millionaires to enrich themselves even further. And in the process, Chuck Schumer, for going forward with the bill, putting out tweets saying that this is going to help the workers so much, he was honored by the Recording Academy, which is the group behind the Grammys. You want to see how the game is played? You're seeing it. And while the SBA, or Small Business Administration, which Linda McMahon was once leading up in the first Trump go-around, while they gave themselves a pat on the back, Insider would find almost half of that grant money went to entities that employ less than 5 people. One of those examples I'm going to give you. But it wasn't just the artists. See, we're fair here. talent manager Irving Azoff, who represents the likes of Lizzo and the Eagles, got over $17 million. The Post reported about $19 million went to firms listed as subsidiaries on who else than the behemoth of a company, Live Nation's 2022 securities filings, in which the company had a substantial, though not majority, ownership stake. Chris Brown got $10 million in grant money. Let's go back to him per insider. Here's how he allegedly spent it, how Trump would love it, in graph form. $5.1 million, well, went to himself. Yeah, man, I need that money. Why? I don't know. Over $1.3 million on insurance, almost $825,000 on his manager, more on accountants, more on lawyers, a celebrity basketball game that featured Indianapolis Colts tight end Mo Alley Cox, and a birthday party that totaled just about $80,000. How? A few others. Marshmello received $9.9 million in grant money from Insider when the SBA asked for proof of where it was going. His business manager responded by saying all of it went into his pocket. So at least he's honest. At least he's not giving Insider the go around here. Yeah, there's no reason to really sugarcoat this. We took it. We made that money a few years prior. That's what we think we would have made this year, so just fork it over. DJ Steve Aoki. Doesn't he come from money too? I think he does. Rocky Aoki. Benihana. Yep, there it is. Founder of Japanese cuisine restaurant chain Benihana and Genesis Magazine. So they have FU money. Aoki, Steve, according to Insider, used $2.4 million of grant money on payroll. Seems like a good thing, right? You're trying to take care of your employees. You're trying to look out for everybody. Here's the thing. Of that 2.4, 1.9 mil went to officer pay, and guess who is the company's only officer? Steve. Dun, 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 dun. I bet you he was playing that while he was counting his bread, man. Oh, it's so much money. Ray Shremmen would benefit, though they probably need it because I believe one half, Sway Lee, if I'm not mistaken, is really into crypto and somehow, NFTs and crypto, and what a shocker. He endorsed Donald Trump for president. Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains did too, and more. Here is a huge anecdote from the piece, which I'm going to read to you. Insider would speak with 4 people who worked on the program, and they said that they would try to raise concerns about the eligibility of some people who applied and the spending that took place, and it fell essentially on deaf ears. This is from one source. Quote, "I was never so disappointed in my fellow man than in that program." That is harsh. That's harsh. Because look, we've had some pretty bad people. Maybe specifically, if we had to pigeonhole it, people that I've worked with. I'm going to lay off the jokes. The graft was unbelievable. 2 of those people said they were frustrated the agency was not doing more to investigate the possible misspending and then, in addition, to recover those funds. So it shows you once again that this was a system that people took advantage of over and over again. Countless amounts of money, when really it could have saved so many other small businesses. And that, I'm going to get through this and then I'll say. The source would add, everybody kept saying, shut up, sit down, process the file. And that person said they would ask not to be named because, they fear the backlash. This also goes for many politicians, by the way, which I did cover on this very medium. Because a former UFC fighter turned politician named Mark Wayne Mullen, he benefited from this program. Marjorie Taylor Greene benefited from this program. Lauren Boebert benefited from this program. Not this specific program, this is for the arts, but taking advantage of government money. And I am all for the government helping out businesses. What I am not for is people taking advantage of the system to enrich themselves and pay off porn stars or pay off Balenciaga and get clothes and private jet flights. I'm also not in favor of politicians using these programs that are set up for the little guys like you and me, and them also enriching themselves when they already are through the legalized bribery that has taken place because of Citizens United. But hey, that's just me. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.